When it comes to One Piece's Roronoa Zoro, only the most loyal fans know the true secrets of his character, his backstory, and his various adventures. Roronoa Zoro is one of the strongest and most popular characters in One Piece. With the goal to become the world's strongest swordsman, he is the perfect choice to serve as Monkey D. Luffy's right-hand man on his journey to become the Pirate King. As a member of the Straw Hat Pirates, Zoro is among the main protagonists of One Piece, which means that he is involved in almost every arc. Zoro has a lot of fans who try to learn as much as they can about their favorite, but there are still some things that escape their grasp. With that in mind, Roronoa Zoro grew up in Shimotsuki Village, a village in the East Blue that is believed to have been founded by a descendant of the Shimotsuki family. Here, he learned swordplay from Kushiro before setting off on his own adventure. In addition to his exploits and adventures in the manga, there are many other interesting facts and secrets about Zoro that only the most loyal fans are truly aware of. Some of these facts include having two different names and being voiced by different voice actors depending on the dub and what age he was throughout the series. Now let's begin. First fact: the possible devil fruit that Oda might give Zoro. The Straw Hat Pirates are among the most powerful crews in the world. The crew is a mixture of devil fruit and non-devil fruit users, which makes the crew quite balanced. In an SBS, Oda was asked what kind of devil fruit he would give to the Straw Hats who don't have one. Zoro does not have a devil fruit, so Oda had to give him one too. So, Oda chose the Uo no Mi model, Seryu, which is the devil fruit of Kaido. Interestingly, Oda stated that instead of feeding the devil fruit directly to Zoro, he would prefer it if one of Zoro's swords ate it. Second fact: Zoro is the only Worst Generation member without a devil fruit. The Worst Generation is a group of 12 infamous pirates who gathered on Sabayati 2 years ago. The Worst Generation includes many of the strongest pirates in the world, such as Monkey D. Luffy, Trafalgar D. Water Law, Eustace Kid, Blackbeard, and Roronoa Zoro. Almost all the members of the Worst Generation possess a devil fruit, with the sole exception of Zoro. Killer also used to be a non-devil fruit user, but he was forcibly fed a smile by Kaido, which caused him to lose his ability to swim. Third fact: he's named after a real pirate. As someone who aims to become the world's strongest swordsman, Zoro's power reflected the scope of his ambition. Whenever Zoro fights seriously, his killing intent became so intense that it terrified his own allies. This ruthlessness was fitting considering that he is the only Straw Hat to be named after a real pirate. Roronoa is actually the Japanese translation of the surname belonging to François L'Olonnais. Born as Jean David Now and known as the Flail of the Spanish, L'Olonnais terrorized the Caribbean during the 17th century and was one of the cruelest and most fearsome pirates of his time. Fourth fact: he's had the most English voice actors. When it comes to the English dub versions of One Piece, Zoro is known for having the most voice actors than any other Straw Hat. As a kid, he is voiced by 4 different people. For the 4 Kids dub, he is voiced by Andrew Rannells. His Funimation voice actors include Brina Palencia as well as Cynthia Kranz, who voices him during the 2nd episode. Aaron Dismuke also voices him in the video game Unlimited Adventure. As an adult, his voice actors include Brian Zimmerman for the Odex dub, Mark Derison for 4 Kids, and finally Christopher R. Sabat for the Funimation dub. Fifth fact: he was the 2nd most popular character for over a decade. In the last 22 years since its debut, One Piece has had 6 character popularity polls. From the 1st to the 4th popularity polls, Zoro always ranked as the 2nd most popular character right after Monkey D. Luffy. This is a position that he proudly held for over a decade. In the 5th popularity poll in 2014, he once more made it into the top 3 but lost his 2nd place streak to Trafalgar Law. As of the 6th popularity poll in 2017, he has regained his position as the 2nd most popular character with over 10,400 votes. This is the highest number of votes he's had since the 2nd popularity poll in 2002. Sixth fact: he has never called Sanji by his real name. Even though he is a pirate and a member of the Worst Generation, Zoro is actually an honorable person. He got along well with his fellow crew members except for Vinsmoke Sanji. The two were always at each other's throats since they first met. An interesting fact about their rivalry is that in the original Japanese version of the manga, he's never addressed Sanji by name. In Volume 73's SBS, a fan took the time to identify the exact number of terms they have used to address one another. While Sanji has addressed him by name, Zoro has yet to return the favor. Seventh fact: he's the first person to kill a dragon after the samurai Ryuma. Zoro with a sword in his teeth and smiling. Even before the time skip, Zoro was already a powerful swordsman. After spending 2 years training with Dracul Mahawk, he became virtually unstoppable. He is so powerful that he even managed to kill a dragon. While he is not the first character in the series canon to kill a dragon, he is the first person to defeat a dragon since the Wano samurai Ryuma. Ryuma appears in Oda's one-shot manga Monsters, in which the events that take place are confirmed by Oda to be part of the One Piece canon. Furthermore, both Zoro and Ryuma defeated their respective dragons in similar ways by decapitating them while in midair. 8th fact. He was supposed to be Buggy's bodyguard. Zoro is one of the strongest members of the Straw Hat Pirates, recognized alongside Luffy and Sanji as the Monster Trio. Although, when Oda originally designed his character, he was almost part of a different trio. In the 3rd volume of the manga, Oda reveals that Zoro was originally meant to be one of the bodyguards for Buggy the Clown. Alongside Buggy's other bodyguards Moji and Kabaji, he was supposed to be part of a family dynamic, in which he was the older brother. In the end, Oda decided to make him Luffy's first mate. That's a decision that fans will forever be grateful for. 9th fact. He had some design issues after the time skip. Since he first appeared in 1997, Zoro's appearance has undergone several changes. After the story's 2-year time skip, he returned with a brand new look. Unfortunately for fans, there were some moments when his appearance suffered from occasional continuity errors. In the Jump edition of Chapter 598, the scar he received during the time skip initially appears over his right eye. However, series creator Eiichiro Oda confirmed in the next chapter that this was an error. In Chapter 698, he suffers another error when his iconic scar is replaced by another. Instead of a stitched diagonal scar, he has an X-shaped burn scar like Luffy. This error was later corrected in Volume 70 of the manga. 10th fact. He would be a police officer if he wasn't a pirate. Oda's answers about alternate occupations the One Piece characters would have. Considering how ambitious Zoro is in becoming the world's strongest swordsman, it is hard to imagine him doing anything else. However, this has not stopped some fans from wondering what his life would be like if he was not a pirate. Oda addresses this very inquiry in Volume 76 of the manga's SBS question and answer column. Oda confirmed that if Zoro was not a pirate, then he would be a police officer. Despite the irony of an infamous pirate like him becoming an officer of the law, he is a kind-hearted person who does not hesitate to protect the weak from evil. Either way, Zoro is still a great role model throughout the series. 11th fact. He has 2 different names. Roronoa Zoro featured in a panel that says his name is Roronoa Zoro. One of the most confusing things about Zoro is that he is sometimes addressed as Zolo. This is mostly due to the interchangeable nature of L and R sounds during Japanese to English translations. However, this name change was also done because of copyright purposes. In the infamous 4Kids English dub of One Piece, he is known as Zolo. This name change was supposedly done to avoid potential copyright issues between him and the fictional swordsman Don Diego de la Vega, also known as Zoro. In the Funimation dub, he is once more referred to as Zoro, while Viz Media still addresses him as Zolo. 12th fact. He's the only crew member Luffy wanted to recruit before meeting him. Since the start of the series, Luffy has officially recruited 11 members into the Straw Hat Pirates. He cares deeply for his crew and will do anything to protect them. While he does view them all as his equals, Zoro is somewhat unique compared to the other Straw Hats. At the start of his journey, Luffy learns about him from his friend Kobe, who tells him of Zoro's fearsome reputation. Instead of feeling scared, Luffy becomes excited at the prospect of finding and recruiting him. Thus, Zoro is the only member of the Straw Hats that Luffy wanted to invite into his crew before even meeting him. Well, we are done. What are your thoughts? Did I miss anything? If I did miss any fact about Zoro, please leave your answers in the comments section below. I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe. I hope you guys come back for another video and please subscribe.